What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about how to make passive income on Amazon for 2019 and how to get there. So passive income is money you're making all day long while you're sleeping. If you go on vacation, you're making money. You're making money every single day because of a business and processes that you have already set up. And those are now like little soldiers going to work for you every day. Okay, I am not a big fan of working 9 to 5 because if you don't go to work, you don't make money. Okay, if you're sick, they don't pay you. Okay, and they only pay you while you're there. You can't spend time with your family. You can't do anything else but work for somebody else. So how do you make passive income on Amazon for 2019? So what you first need to do is you need to find a product that you want to sell on Amazon. Okay, so I have 3 or 4 different videos on product research for Amazon. So after you watch this video, go watch those videos if you haven't yet, because I go very into detail on several different methods on how to do product research for 2019. New methods, not old methods that are years old, okay? So you find a product and you order it from a manufacturer, okay? Then from that manufacturer, you ship them to Amazon. Okay, if you don't know how to do all that, go watch my Alibaba video, and I have like a 40-minute video detailing how to do that. So once you ship these products to Amazon, and normally I would suggest you start with 300 products on 300 items, 300 units on the low end for one product. 500 is kind of like the average, and 1,000 is if you're like money is not an issue and you really want to launch a product and have a lot more inventory to work with, okay? So that's how many units you would start with this product, okay? Normally I shoot for at least $10 profit per unit, okay? So if all else was equal and I didn't have any advertising costs, when I sell 1,000 units, I would make $10,000 in profit. I would also make back the money that I paid for the unit. So if I paid $5 per unit, I would make back the $5 per unit plus $10 profit, or $10,000, okay? So how do you get to that point, okay? So you get to that point with one product. If you're selling 500 units a month, would be making you $5,000 profit per month, okay? If you're selling 1,000 units a month, that's like 33 units a day. That would put you at the $10,000 a month profit mark, okay, without advertising costs. So generally, if you're running a real business with Amazon, you're a real entrepreneur, you're running a real business, you're always going to have advertising, okay? You never shut off your advertising, because at some point your advertising will become profitable, okay? On month 1 and month 2, you have very few reviews. You have 0 reviews when you start. You have no rankings. You don't show up on other competitors, what other customers viewed. There's a section for that. All that stuff comes in time. So generally, I would say at around the 3-month mark is where your product really starts to profit and make a lot more sales. Your first month is always the hardest and the worst, and it requires the most work at the beginning. And then the second month is the second hardest, and so on, okay? By your 3rd month, you're gonna have anywhere from like 20 to 100 reviews if you're actively seeking reviews. And again, I have a video on reviews that details 7 different ways to get reviews. So go watch that if you haven't yet. But by the time you have 20 to 100 reviews, your product is now a legitimate product that can compete with competitors, okay? At the beginning, in your first month, you have to you have to go out and get reviews. You have to get your first sales. You have to set up your PPC campaign. You have to set up your listing. You have to do all this stuff. But by month 3, when your PPC campaigns are starting to become profitable, every sale they're making is not only making you a little bit of profit, but also raising you in the search results for Amazon. If you don't launch another product for a little bit of time, once you hit like that 3-month mark, it becomes passive income, because you've already got your reviews, you've already put your listing up, you've already got your pictures, you already did your whole listing, you've already set up your PPC campaigns, and maybe you have to go in there like once a week and kind of like adjust some bids and optimize it a little bit. But at this point, after a couple months of your product being live on Amazon and making sales, it pretty much becomes passive income. There's not a lot for you to do. You could literally not look at your Amazon account for 5 to 7 days straight, and you would be making sales every single day. I mean, you're literally waking up to sales. You're going to work, and your Amazon business is making you sales, okay? And that's kind of like the point that I suggest you start another product, okay? Because if you have one product that's making you, let's just say $2,000 to $5,000 a month passive income profit at this point. It's still a slightly new product. You may be making a couple grand a month, okay? You're moving towards the $10,000 a month mark, but you're not there yet because your product's still somewhat new, okay? Then you can start another product, okay? And again, you're gonna go through the same cycle. You're gonna spend a couple months working on, product number 2, getting the pictures made, getting the pictures all photoshopped up, getting your listing set up, getting your first reviews, and all those kind of things, right? But then after a couple months go by, let's just say you're at the 6-month mark now, and you have 2 products that are both profitable, and your first product's now 6 months old. That product could be to the point where it's making $10,000 a month profit from one product, okay? There's lots of people that do this, okay? And now you have 2 products. Your second product might be making $2,000 to $5,000 a month profit, okay? So what do you keep doing? You keep moving forward, okay? Because if you keep building, you'll eventually have a business that is making you tens of thousands of dollars a month passively, okay? And once they're up and running, there's not a lot to do. You have to reorder your product every couple months, make sure you're not going to run out of stock and stuff like that, okay? But wouldn't it be nice if you started today and 6 months from now, you had a couple, 2 or 3 products that were making you, let's just say $10,000 a month total, okay, profit, okay? Or even $5,000 a month profit. I mean, a lot of people, their 9 to 5 job pays them $5,000 a month, okay? This would be paying you $5,000 or $10,000 a month passively for work you did over the last 6 months. And more importantly is that as you're learning, every month you go by, you are learning new skills. You're learning how to optimize your listing. You're learning how to optimize your pay-per-click campaign. You're learning how to get reviews, okay? You're learning how to do product research better. You're learning which products have a higher chance of success, okay? So think about where you could be 6 months from now or a year from now, okay? As opposed to you're still working your 9 to 5 job. Where were you a year from now? You were in the same job, a year ago, and now you're there a year later, and what have you accomplished, right? I mean, yeah, you're paying your bills and stuff, but are you getting ahead? Would an extra $5,000 a month profit or $10,000 a month profit, really get you ahead? I think so. I mean, $10,000 a month is pretty much good money for anybody. I mean, no matter how much money you have, if you get an extra $10,000 a month, you're like, wow, this is awesome. You can do a lot with that. And that's when you can get to the point where you're like, hey, I might want to quit my job because Amazon's making me $10,000 a month profit and it's passive. Imagine if I took my 9 to 5 job and I spent that 40 hours a week working on my Amazon business, working on my own business, okay? So that is how you make passive income with Amazon and the process. Now, of course, my YouTube channel is detailing every single bit of this journey, and we're talking and asking questions about this stuff every single day in my Facebook group. So there's a link to my Facebook group down below in the description. It's free to join. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon. That's very important. This way you won't miss out on new videos coming up because, again, learning is the most important thing to do. I'm going to put a couple other videos over here that you might be interested in. And if you have any questions, ask me in the comments. If not, I will see you in the next video.